Welcome back, guys. Still on advanced prototyping using variables. In this video, we're going to learn how to create a fully functional checkout cart prototype using variables. So sit back and let's dive in. So earlier, we learned how to create light count prototype using variables. So we want to move further by creating a fully functional checkout cart prototype. So the first thing we need to do is to create our number string variable. And you just need to go to the local variable. Since we already have our collection name prototyping, we create our number. The first one, we're going to name it item count, and we're going to set it at 1. And the second one we're going to create is we're going to name this cost, which is the cost of this pair of shoe, and let's put it at 150. Okay, that has been created. So now what I want to do is I need this guy. I need to just copy it out and create as component, right? So let me just bring it in here. Let me bring in a frame, okay, so that we can see clearly. Okay, all right. So what I want to do here is first I want to link my text to the variable I just created. So I'm going to link this one to item count. Then I'm going to link this guy here, this subtotal. I'm going to link it to cost, right? So if you notice here, you can see that I made them, I separated them, the number and the sign, because of this thing I want to do, because of this prototype. So now the next thing I want to do is I want to create this as component. Then the next thing I now want to do is I want to link these guys. I want to add a variable to these guys. So I'm going to start with this plus sign, and I'm just going to click on prototype, and I click on plus, add interaction, and then I click on set variable, and I set the variable to item count, and expression also item count addition plus 1, right? So now for the minus, I do the same. Set variable, item count again, minus 1. Right. So now let's see what happens here. Okay. Let me just bring into the design here. And let me play this. Let's see. So you can see that when I click on the plus sign, it keeps increasing. Then when I click on minus, it keeps decreasing. But there's one thing we've not done here, is that when I click on the minus, you see that it starts to go into the minus section, that is -5, -9 and 10. And it's not possible when you're in the carts. You should go to minus. It should only stop at 1, right, by default. And also another thing we've not done is when you increase it, this should reflect, right? You should keep increasing as you increase the number of cards. It should sum up. So let's start let's solve this, whereby when you click on minus, when it gets to 1, it would go anywhere, it will move. So let's continue. So now what we're going to do to that is to add a conditional variable to that. So what I'm just going to do is go back to prototype, click on this prototype action, or you can just click on it here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this plus sign that says action. Then I'm going to add a conditional variable to it. So in this conditional variable, you can see is an if or else statement. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select the condition, which is item count, and I'm going to say not equals to 1, as you can see. Then once I do that, I click on enter, and the next thing I want to do is I want to move this variable. Like, I want to move this variable, and I'm going to drag it underneath here, and that's it. So now let's see what happens. Can you see that the moment I click on minus, it's not going back, it's just going to stick to 1. So when I keep adding, it increase, and when I want to remove, reduce the number, it stops at 1. That is how to do this, right? So now let's move further to the last thing here, which is the moment we add a new item to the cart, this 150 should increase to like 300. When it turns to 450, and it should keep on increasing. So let's go back and make that work. So what we're going to do as regard that is to set a variable to this plus sign and to this minus sign. Remember that we created a number string variable that says cost, right? So we are going to add it to this plus sign and minus sign, and we're going to see that work. So what I'm going to do is start with the plus sign, right? Then I click on action, I click on set variable, then I locate the cost, right? I also click on cost again, then plus addition, and I put 150, which is the cost, right? Okay, so now that has been done. So what I want to do is I want to do the same thing to the minus sign also. So in the minus sign, I do the same thing. I add set variable, cost, then this one will be minus 150. So let's see. So now, can you see, guys? Can you see the moment I add, I keep on adding, can you see that the subtotal keeps increasing? Then when I minus, can you see it keeps decreasing, so now, the reason why it's going to minus is because I didn't move it to the conditional. So let's go back to the minus, and let's click on this. So what I'm supposed to do is I'm supposed to move this in here. So I'm supposed to move this in here, right, under the conditional. So let's go back and let's preview. Now you can see, then when I click on minus, can you see that it stops at 1 and it's 150? And when I keep on adding the plus sign, adding to the cart, it keeps increasing. And when I keep on deducting or subtracting, it keeps subtracting. So this is how to create a functional checkout cart design prototype using variable in Figma. I hope you guys are able to learn how to create this, and then you can use this in your designs or in your prototype. Thank you guys for sticking around, and see you in the next video.